Welcome to the Parkinson's Disease Education Show, where we demystify the disease and empower you as the person with Parkinson's disease to reach your true potential. The content contained on this show is for informational purposes only and is not meant to be a replacement for information or advice that you receive from your in-person medical or therapy professionals. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing, and for an even more personalized experience, please ask us about our memberships. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Michael here for What's Next Wednesday. For those of you new to What's Next Wednesday, this live stream is meant to be an update of upcoming content that will be released on the YouTube channel and the podcast, both. And you're watching this live from Facebook and YouTube. So welcome one and all. Please let me know who you are in the comments. I'd love to give you a shout out on the live stream if I can, or if you're not too shy. And yeah, so welcome again. And please do like and share this video if you feel like people would benefit from this and that you think they could use this information. This is actually, again, just a highlight of upcoming content, but I want to go into some minor detail on upcoming stuff. So what we're going to be talking about first is I'm going to be doing a video covering the topic of podcast episode and video covering the topic of B6 toxicity. Now, those of you who have been around the channel, the YouTube channel in particular, for a while may be familiar with the fact that there used to be a video up on the topic of B6 toxicity. I was a little bit more of a greenhorn with YouTube editing, and the music was a little too loud in the mix, and boy, the comment section didn't disappoint. So the last comment that did me in was the one that said he's too lazy to take this down and re-record it. So I decided to show them that that's a lie. And so I'm going to go ahead and re-record it, and I think it'll be even better. So for what it's worth, I've learned a lot about B6 toxicity since that first video came out a couple of years ago. And I think it's really important to highlight this because it's an issue that can affect persons with Parkinson's, and it can affect people that don't have Parkinson's as well for several, there's more than one reason for that. But if you're taking B6 particularly as a supplement, which some people with Parkinson's may do that, and B12 is another, of course, that you'll hear is deficient in Parkinson's often, and in the aging population at large. So a lot of times B12 supplements and shots will be given. But B6 can be taken as an oral supplement. And it's basically one of the vitamin B, or one of the B vitamins that helps support neural health. And so it's it is something that the levels of B6 can be important in terms of basically maintaining a healthy neurological system. And in PD, it's known that B6 can be low among others. B12 and B9 can be other B vitamins that are low as well. But if you over supplement B6, in some cases it may not be necessary to supplement B6. So you want to make sure that your levels are actually needing to be supplemented, if that's the case. But if you over supplement, you can actually cause serious damage to the neurological system. And and there's some pretty terrible symptoms that come along with it. So I'm going to highlight what B6 toxicity, basically what levels of B6 you might need to take to become toxic, and also some other conditions that may actually predispose you to B6 toxicity that have no connection with Parkinson's. So for example, mutation of the MTHFR gene can actually lead to B6 toxicity. And we'll talk about the reasons why that may happen in this upcoming episode this weekend. Also, I wanted to put you on to something I learned about since making that video. There's actually a website called understandingbsixtoxicity.com, and I'll be sure to link that in the description of the upcoming episode. They have a good amount of knowledge and education about the topic, and also they have B6 toxicity safe products where you can supplement the B6. So typically you'll find B6 in the form of, I always have to see the name. The active form is pyridoxal 5-phosphate, or PLP. So pyridoxine is B6, and then the pyridoxal 5-phosphate, the PLP, is the active form. So just that's the short story, and what we're going to talk about in more detail this weekend. Next thing I wanted to announce is there's 2 upcoming interviews I don't want you to miss, and I know that the time of day may not work for everybody, but I want to make sure you at least catch the replays of them. There's a live stream interview coming up next Thursday at 9 Central U.S. time, and that's going to be with the CEO or co-founder, I guess, of a company called Magnes AG. And Magnes AG, you may have seen some posts around Instagram, Facebook, other places about their product. It's called the Nushu. And Nushu is, in short, a robotic device that is wearable technology. It's a specific shoe that they make that contains the robotic technology in it. And essentially, it helps you to track your walking and provides biofeedback to improve gait in real time. So if you're having freezing of gait or issues with the size of your steps and so forth, that actually provides feedback. It's vibro-tactile, meaning there's vibration. And then when you take, the vibrations can help break out of freezing, but also it provides feedback of how big your steps are. It'll track step length and stride length and so forth over time. Walking speed, I believe, is another metric they can track. There's all kind of metrics they can track with the system. But the CEO and co-founder, and he's one of the researchers behind it, his name is Dr. George Chatzipirpiridis, and it's quite a name, but amazing product that they produce. And I think that it'd be interesting for you all to learn about it. There's some clinics that are using the product in the United States. It's mainly produced in Europe, but it's available in the United States, and I believe maybe in Australia, definitely the UK and the US, and Europe. And yeah, there's some clinics using it, and they're using it in the US with their patients as a way to screen people for issues with walking and as a way to track progress over time. So it's something that can be used in a clinical setting, but it's also something that can be used individually by the person with Parkinson's themselves. So, and then that's July 3rd, Thursday the 3rd at 9 a.m. Central. And then the following week, it's in the evening because I have to accommodate for Australia time, Sydney time. They're 15 hours ahead in the next day. So I'm meeting them at what's the equivalent of 8 a.m. on the 11th. But on June 10th, if you're in the US, June 10th at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, I'll be interviewing Dr. Wayne Markman, and he is one of the founders of and CEOs of SYMBYX Biome. They manufacture several red light products that help with photobiomodulation, and they're doing some studies now and trials. There's one trial going on, I believe, in Australia, if not the UK. It might be the UK, where they're looking at the potential effects that photobiomodulation or red light therapy has on the gut health and the gut-brain axis. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. These 2 conversations are going to be very interesting. So I look forward to those, and I hope you'll come if you can. If not, catch the replay, and they'll be on the podcast form as well, just to listen to audio versions of it in subsequent weeks. So that's all I've got today. I hope you will come for the premiere of that new version of the B6 Toxicity episode that I'm going to release this weekend. Should be available and premiering at 9 a.m. Central Time Saturday this coming weekend. So look forward to that. I'm looking forward to re-recording it because I always regretted how the first one turned out, at least with the production side. And the material was fine, but the production side suffered. And I've learned a lot, again, about B6 toxicity from those that have experienced it. And you can get B6 through food, so it's a natural thing. But if you're supplementing it, you just have to be extremely careful. And there are some people who had toxicity and symptoms of toxicity at lower levels than even were quoted by the study I'd previously cited from Harvard. So um, I believe I have the most current information that I'm going to share with you. So I'll do my best to do that. And whoever said I was I was lazy, that I wouldn't make another one, well, this is for you. That's it for today. I hope you all have a great rest of your afternoon, and wherever you're watching from, it could be morning. Whatever the day you're in, I hope it's a blessed day, and I hope to see you Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central. Be empowered. Have a great day, and thanks for being here live.